All right, welcome. We are officially in the Lionsgate portal. You might think that the Lionsgate portal is on 888, which is in 2 days, and it is. Um, this year is actually super special because not only is it August 8th, the Lionsgate portal, but if you add 2024, it also makes the number 8. So 888 is abundance and fruitfulness and kind of that. Culmination of gifts and blessings and aptitude and possibility, as well as childlike playfulness. And if you incorporate the Leo aspect of it, creativity. And so it's really, to me, if you're in a tarot, it's kind of like the Empress energy, like the fullness, the abundance, having everything you need, having the wisdom, having the um, being able to extract all the lessons from, the moments that you've had before, the experience you've had before, and bring them into your strengths, and being accepting of your, I don't want to say weaknesses, but maybe imbalances. And yeah, just being able to stand strong in who you are, having a strong sense of self, being also able to, as the Empress, she's the embodiment of all four queens in the zodiac. No, all four queens in the tarot, which is the Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Wands. So the Empress embodies all four of the qualities of those elements of air, fire, water, and earth. So she's also like a shapeshifter. She can adapt, but that ability to embody those four elements, and the gifts that they bring, the powers that they bring, it's like being last airbender, you know what I'm saying? And but also it is that's how she has her abundance. She knows how to dabble in those different realms, of earthly material and goods, as well as, navigating her emotions and honoring them, her intuition and her creativity, her passions, her clear thinking, being able to live in purpose and on purpose and know what that is. And so this is, as we approach this Lion's Gate on 888, just kind of think about, how you can embrace those different qualities, not necessarily the elements, but those moments that help you to feel powerful. I guess I'm doing a collective message now, but I'll see if there's another one at the end. But embracing those qualities that really make you unique, or make you stand out, or make you authentic, make you possess certain skill sets and adaptabilities and capacities, and just bringing those powerful versions of yourself, however they may show up, whether it's, at work, or with friends, or in spirit, or, as a daughter, a sister, mother, a lover, bringing all those forward, so that you can really use them in the best way, the most dynamic ways, the most purposeful ways, so that you can also live a very intentional life. So wasn't expecting that to come up, but we'll see who comes up for a meditation. Mhm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's interesting. I want to see something real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hmm. Okay. The eighth card, when I dropped it, it knocked on the heart chakra bell, or heart chakra bowl. And the heart chakra is what rules also Leo energy, because they rule from the heart, even though they dominate the solar plexus and are associated with the solar plexus. They also rule the heart chakra. So I wanted to see what card that was. And that particular card was the Goddess Maeve, Cycles and Rhythms, honoring the cycles of your body, your energy levels, and your emotions. I guess we have two cards today, because I also heard 13, and that 13th card was the Medicine Woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. So I'm going to incorporate both of those into today's meditation. Let me make sure this alarm is off. Don't keep going on. Okay. All right. So, what's tonight's cycles and rhythms? And medicine woman, take a moment to just allow that to settle into your space as you take some nice deep breaths, allowing your eyes to come to a soft gaze or gently closing them if that's accessible for you. And just taking a few rounds of breath, inhaling deeply through the nose, expanding the belly, the heart space, the mind. Exhale, squeezing all of that air out with an audible sigh. Inhaling through the nose, expanding the belly, the heart space, and the mind. Exhale, releasing an audible sigh. Inhaling through the nose once again, expanding heart space, belly and mind, and exhale, letting it all go. And just allowing your breathing to return to normal, noticing its quality, its rate, its depth, its flow. Taking a moment just to set aside the roles that you've had to fulfill today. Setting aside any performances, taking off any hats, costumes, energy. Just letting go of all the different ways you've had to show up for others today. All the things that have occurred today. All the things that were done or not done. Just setting all those aside for a moment. Take a moment just to breathe. You've been ripping and running all day, busy, anxious, having a hard time just catching your breath. That breathing practice of inhaling through the nose and releasing an audible sigh out through the mouth, like you practiced earlier. It's a great way to come back to self, come back to your body, and activating the parasympathetic nervous system, that part of you, that innate part of you that allows you to rest, to digest, to process, to integrate, flow. Qualities of that breathing practice that activates the parasympathetic nervous system is also associated with the divine feminine as the central nervous system, fight or flight, survival mode, is associated with the action-oriented masculine energy. So when we take a time to breathe consciously, become still, to relax, to give to ourselves, to receive, we step back into our feminine essence. We come back to our bodies, come back home to self. into a more natural way of being. Your next breath, as you inhale up into the crown of your head, exhaling down, bringing your awareness through the heart space, down to the hips, allowing your awareness to expand down to the legs, into the soles of your feet, and down into the earth, anchoring into stability, sense of safety, security, fertility and fruitfulness, growth, possibility, material support, abundance, presence, groundedness. Taking this moment to just honor where you are and whatever cycle you're in, whether in life or within your body. Honoring the natural rhythms that are happening outside of you, transitioning from one season to the next and through each season, as well as the cycles and rhythms within you. Just recognizing the qualities of Mother Earth and how that's a reflection of you. Notice those moments where you feel strong, solid, stable, calling that energy in to those roots that have grown deep and wide into the earth, allowing yourself to receive that nourishment, that remembrance, that energy. Connecting to earth and being reminded that you too have bear fruit, whether that's children or personal creations, the seeds that you've planted, that you've noticed starting to grow or have harvested already. Some maybe you've composted, recycled for something better to grow in its place. Whether that's a relationship, situation, job, or an old version of yourself. What other cycles and rhythms do you see in Mother Earth that are also within you? Maybe it's in your emotions. Some days you feel bright, joyful, optimistic, and playful, creative, pleasure seeking, just like the summer. Maybe even though collectively here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're In the season of summer, you may be experiencing a personal fall season, one where you may have gained more mental clarity. Maybe you feel a little more coldness in your thinking, a little more logic, more rational. Maybe you have more clarity or peace of mind. Maybe it's time to cut things off and let things go. Maybe you're experiencing personal winter, one where you are resourcing, gathering, collecting, being more still, more reclusive, more quiet, nourishing yourself with rest, delicious food, warm foods, teas, being gentle on your nervous system, your digestion, your body. And also letting go, honoring any deaths, old versions of yourself, bearing them with grace, with honor, with respect for the roles that they've served up until this point, bearing any relationships that you had to cut off from the season before, any endings, completion, things that have fallen away from you that are now ready to be covered, buried, grounded out, returned to the earth. Be transformed to fertile foundation for something new, new seeds to be planted, new opportunities, new possibilities, curiosity, sense of wonderment. That season where things are sprouting. Maybe you're in a personal spring season. You don't know what's going to happen next, but you feel optimistic. Maybe you feel there's a charge and energy in the air. It's as if you have spring fever, just wanting to open up all the windows so that you can see clearly, feeling that warmth within, growing and growing, that light, expanding and growing. And as you honor whatever personal cycle that you are in life, notice the rhythms even within that cycle. Some days in spring, some days in summer, some days in fall, some days in winter, filled with sunlight. Some days are filled with rain. If you're in Atlanta, you know that it can be whatever on any given day. So that can also be what season you are in, the Atlanta season. Just wake up and see how you feel. Give yourself permission to adapt. But you can always navigate that accordingly. You have your own system, tracking system within you. Your own weather tracking system is your awareness of your moods, your emotions. A forecast is told by your intuition. And so, with that information, you can prepare yourself as best as possible for whatever comes your way, allowing yourself to ride that ebb and flow of energy, to ride the wave, to move in rhythm, to dance with life, to embrace those cycles, rhythms of your body, your energy level, day to day, month to month, year to year, and honoring those cycles and rhythms of your emotion. Honoring the cycles and rhythms of all the systems within your body. You don't have the same hair, skin cell that you had from yesterday or years before. You came in this world full of potential, all the eggs you will ever have during your feminine cycles, your menstrual cycles. You came into this world with all that potential already within you. And each month, give or take, whether that rhythm is consistent and regular, irregular, inconsistent, it still has a cycle. You still have a cycle. You still have a rhythm held right there within your body, right there within your hips, right there within your pelvic bowl, between your hips, your womb space, sacred, holy space within you. This is your power center as a woman. You hold within you so much opportunity and possibility. That is your material abundance. You are a physical being, the physical body, just like the earth, physical expression of the divine feminine. Breathe in and breathe out, allowing yourself just to rest into that awareness. Resting into that connection. Allowing those qualities to be amplified through every cell of your body. Although we are here experiencing summer time in the northern hemisphere, on the opposite end, it's winter. And so, once again, just like the earth, just like its season, whichever way it leans or tilts, maybe you notice that you too have a duality. Some days you're this, some days you're that. You can be scared and do it anyways. You can be angry about something, but also accepting and compassionate with yourself. You can be grieving something and still enjoy the beauty of life. You can be dualistic, multifaceted, like a diamond, gemstone. Maybe you feel wild and free like the jungle. Maybe some moments you feel dry, isolated, barren like the desert. There are moments where you may be high on life, like the summit of a mountain. And there's some days where you're low and in the valley, unable to see the forest for the trees. There are moments where you experience divine guidance and insight, pearls of wisdom. Maybe you drop jewels in conversation with like-minded individuals. Maybe you have a magnetic, strong presence. Maybe you know how to hold space for others, make them feel safe. Maybe you know how to cook a good meal, nourish and take care of others, provide for them, love them. But always staying true to yourself. It's the most important part through these cycles and rhythms. Staying true to yourself, honoring wherever you are in the process. That is the basis of tantric practices. There is no shunning, discarding, or casting away any parts of yourself. They are all holy. They all represent something, and we see that reflected back to us in nature. Sometimes we forget that we are just as much a part of nature, embodied as the butterflies, the fruits, the flowers, the trees. Take a moment to just recognize how much you are an extension of nature, how much potential and possibility you hold within yourself. Earth also provides us what we need, not only in the form of food and shelter, but also through her wisdom, through her offering, through her blessings. We receive the medicine that we need, the medicine that is needed to heal, to transform, to alchemize, to neutralize, to amplify. Sometimes that medicine is physical. Sometimes the medicine that we need is in physical resources, financial resources, the food, the liquids, fluids, the water, the herbs, the spices that grow in this bountiful garden of earth. It's okay for us to take a bite in this garden of wealth, Garden of Eden, receiving the wisdom that comes from divine feminine principles. Sometimes that medicine is emotional. It comes from the community, the support, the love, the laughter, the connection, the vulnerability from those around us, from spaces just like this. This moment, this meditation, whatever it is that you receive that makes you feel better, that is the medicine that you need. Sometimes it's love, being witnessed, being seen, being heard, being felt, just being held. Sometimes that medicine is within the mental realm, gaining knowledge, wisdom, insight, inspiration, clarity, peace of mind, rest. Sometimes it's being able to express ourselves authentically, truthfully, to be listened to as we express ourselves empathically by another. No judgment, just witnessing, observation. Sometimes that medicine is spiritual, energetic, just being held energetically in a space like this. The intention, the intuition that we receive, that insight, that inner knowing, that vision, that dream, those words that are whispered to us, those aha moments, clarity. Sometimes the medicine we need is also sensual, sexual, intimacy, love, connection, softness, safety, sexual and reproductive health, honoring our womb, honoring our bodies as women, loving our bodies, allowing our bodies to experience pleasure, touching ourselves with gentleness, grace, allowing ourselves to feel cared for, to have our needs tended to, our desires met. What is the medicine that you need in whatever cycle you are in life? In this season of your life, what is the medicine that can be harvested, extracted? What is the medicine you can take away from this season? As you take a moment to just expand your viewpoint, your awareness, allowing your awareness to stretch beyond the far edges of the room that you're in, all the way out to the far edges of the universe. In the season that you are in your life, however you would identify that season, what is the medicine that is here, the wisdom that is here for you? What lessons have been learned? Can you take those wins, that wisdom, those gains? How can you embody them, ingest them, allow them to transform you, allow them to heal you, allow them to help you to become better, to look better, to feel better, to be better? Remember, you are a channel for divine healing power. By honoring your personal cycle within and the cycles of nature outside of you, you tap into a greater force, a higher intelligence that moves in ways that we can only imagine. There's something out there greater, orchestrating all of life at one time. The future, the past, the karma, good and bad, linear time, cyclical time, all of it happening all at once. What medicine can you take from this season? A season of your life. What is the medicine that it is offering you? And to know that a greater force, above and below, to work together, to orchestrate and come together to offer you this. Give yourself permission to receive it. Allow it to be a soothing balm in your emotions, thought, past, Anything that still feels open and unresolved. Allow the medicine of this season to just seep into those areas. Maybe placing a hand on those places within your body that you feel this tenderly caring and nurturing yourself, your body, that you find rest as you digest, process, heal, integrate. When you feel better, when you feel stronger, when you feel like it's time, move into the next cycle. You'll find your flow and a new rhythm. But always may you remember that you are an extension of earth, an expression of spirit, all held within this beautiful package. Your body, your presence, your character, your sense of self, your authenticity, all that is embodied within you. You are channel, divine healing power. It's as if you are a rose in the Garden of Eden, a jewel in the Garden of Wealth. That is how I choose to see you. May you choose to see yourself in that way in all of your todays and your tomorrows. And so it is. If you feel ready, you can take a nice deep breath. Begin to wiggle your toes, fingers, maybe taking a nice little stretch if that feels good to you. Bringing some organic movement to the body, giving yourself a little massage as you come back to the body, nice hug. And if you have not done so, you can gently open your eyes, coming out of meditation. All righty. I was not sure where that meditation was going, but I just been freestyling it and I think it's working. I'm digging the vibe. I'm also a little blissed out because in my own, I guess, cycles and rhythms, I guess spirit knows what I need. So like I was saying that this past weekend, took some time to grieve the transition, the ascension, I like to call it, of my uncle. And but then also I had a client that had a beautiful Reiki session with me. And just her even though I was a practitioner, right? Just being the provider in that moment of channeling Reiki, for an hour is very healing as well to myself. So I was kind of blissed out from that. So that helped me to also um heal and just kind of lighten the load. Been doing a lot of yoga this week, Sunday, normally on a new moon. Um, some I know Ashtanga yoga practice, you don't do any yoga on new moons, full moons, or the first 3 days of your cycle. And so of course the new moon is Sunday and I start my cycle. But I went to yoga and the message there was of resonance. I had already signed up for a yoga class on Monday. Um, and that was, we learned how a particular breathing style that I've done before, but it helps with purifying, detoxing the body and the mind. So we're practicing that technique and booked my trip to Costa Rica for for medical massage training in September because our well, you probably don't know, but our massage renewals are due the 31st of October, and I'm very proud of myself. I didn't wait till like October 14th, to do it. So I'm proud of myself. I get to go to Costa Rica. My best friend, who's also a massage therapist. So that was something we were celebrating the other day. And then today, our school had a field trip, and we got to go to a massage spa, and there was someone that led the yoga class, and someone else came in, talked to us about energy work and Reiki. And so I was able to take another yoga class and also receive Reiki instead of having to be the provider. So it's like, just go with the flow, man. All right. Or woman, sorry. Said the N word. But no. But yeah, just go with the flow. When you are authentic, when you are growth oriented, when you are aligned with what you value, spirit will support that in ways that are oftentimes unexpected, but also exactly what you need, right? It's the medicine that you need. And so the message there is just to always be your authentic self, no matter how hard that may be sometimes. I know recently I had to make a decision about something, and it was kind of like, dang, I really want that money, but what would I be sacrificing, for that? And I don't do well with having like heaviness on my consciousness. I don't do well with that. I don't like feeling guilty or scared or fearful or like I've sacrificed myself for the service of someone else. Even though offer services, that's something that I'm choosing to give. I don't like feeling that dynamic where it's, either I'm getting the short end of the stick or just not having my needs met in a way that's fair and balanced. Go figure, Libra. But yeah, you have to sometimes do things that are challenging to honor your integrity, to stay aligned, like I said, with your values, with your morals, and so that you deserve a good night's sleep. We ain't got time to be stressed out because at the end of the day, we're all grown women. We all have the capability to make conscious choices for ourselves, to make better choices, even if we flubbed up somewhere else in the past. We can take that lesson, extract, the teaching, the medicine from that, and then use it, in a better way next time. Use our thinking, our ability to choose in a way that's more aligned with what really brings us peace of mind and yeah. Yeah, I think the moral of that story was it's gonna do something for money, but then do something a little strange for some change. But then but then I was like, I don't think that I just really don't feel good about this. And so I was kind of going back and forth, the mind, which is the mental and the masculine energy within the mind is like, oh, the you should, the money, money, money. And I was just like, my body was just like, that's a no for me, dog. So I said no. And as soon as I said nah, it was like this a sigh of relief. And that let me know that I made the right decision. Um, it let me know I made the right decision. And so listen to your body, honor your cycles, your rhythms, your emotions, your energy levels, but most importantly, your body. And you will find the medicine that you need, the wisdom that you need is within you, your divine healing powers. Alrighty, so I'm gonna let that be the collective message